people have wanted me to watch this. We're gonna watch it. We're gonna do The Limping Lady from the Fat Electrician. Yeah, let's go from a complete dumbass to an absolute giga queen of a woman with The Limping Lady. So, let's check this out.
I don't have a daughter, but if I did, this is who I would want her to look up to. Today we're talking about Virginia Hall, aka the Limping Lady, probably the most effective American spy of World War II, and she managed to do that with one leg. But first, a word from our sponsors. This video is brought to you by Ridge Wallet. If you've been on the internet in the last decade, you know what Ridge Wallet is.
I didn't realize honestly, chat, I thought that the Limping Lady was actually going to be European in nature. I was not expecting her to be American, but cool. And Gorfdor, thank you for continuing the gifted sub. Thank you.
Your time. Ridge hired me to tell you to buy your dad a Ridge wallet for Christmas. If your dad's anything like mine, his wallet probably looks like a Gutenberg Bible and his back hurts, and nobody has ever pointed out to this poor guy that, hey, maybe your back hurts because every time you sit down, you've got a phone book underneath one butt cheek and you look like you're the Leaning Tower of Pisa inside of a chair. So head over to ridge.com/TFE and shop the holiday sale. You're going to save up to 30%.
Oh, did she take it?
Okay. Link, you're also going to be automatically enrolled in a chance to win a $4,000 bundle from Ridge. Let's get back to the video. All right, Virginia Hall, born in 1906 in Baltimore. She grew up in a really wealthy family and was a complete tomboy the entire time, and her father absolutely loved it. He taught her how to hunt, and he completely endorsed her being not very ladylike all of the time. In addition to being a tomboy, she was also...
For the early 1900s, based fucking dad. Right there. Absolutely based father from that time period for the early 1900s, because that was not really done back then. Yeah. Captain ball team, class basketball team, varsity hockey team, Captain Im's hockey team, dramatics, dramatic committee, stage man. Like, holy fuck, she is like a woman about town here. Athlete, artist, honor board, so she's a fucking scholar? Like, holy shit! God damn!
Also highly intelligent, graduating from high school with ease and getting accepted into the top female colleges in the country. Her mother, on the other hand, had different plans because immediately after high school, she expected Virginia to get married to a young man from another wealthy family in the area so they could combine their family businesses. So she gets engaged to this guy at 18 years old. Fast forward 1 year, she's 19 years old and she keeps catching her fiance cheating on her, so she calls off the engagement and runs off to college despite her mother's wishes. She immediately attends the top 2 female colleges in the country, Radcliffe and Barnard, which are the equivalent of Harvard and Columbia. She studies economics and foreign languages, deciding that she wants to become an American diplomat. She wants to live in an embassy and represent the United States of America. However, this is a 1920s.
Interesting. She grew up studying college and wanted to become a diplomat. Oh. I think this may have been, like, for this era, I cannot recall ever hearing about any individual. Off the top of my head, I can't think of any individual who wants to grow up to be a diplomat, that's what they want to do. I think this is kind of a new one for me. And yeah, McCargo, yeah, this is actual feminism. So, let me do this. This needs to be said again. Feminists, with your bullshit modern day feminism, listen up. This is actual feminism. Yes, this is an old video.
Married to a young man from another wealthy family in the area so they can combine their family businesses. So she gets engaged to this guy at 18 years old. Fast forward 1 year, she's 19 years old and she keeps catching her fiance cheating on her, so she calls off the engagement and runs off to college despite her mother's wishes. She immediately attends the top 2 female colleges in the country, Radcliffe and Barnard, which are the equivalent of Harvard and Columbia. She studies economics and foreign languages, deciding that she wants to become an American diplomat. She wants to live in an embassy and represent the United States of America. However, this is
That's feminism. Right there. That is female empowerment. Right there. True female empowerment. So feminists, with your modern day feminism bullshit, take fucking note. This video is 11 months old, so not quite a year old.
The 1920s, and the odds of a female landing that job are slim to none, but she wants to maximize her chances, so she learns as many foreign languages as possible. She becomes fluent in German, Italian, and French, and finishes college abroad, studying in Germany, France, and Austria. While finishing college in Europe in the late 19th.
This is female empowerment, not that bitch from The Invisible Man.
Yes, Leo, yes.
1920s, she would bear witness to the birth of fascism and the rise of the Nazi Party, and have a better understanding of how dangerous that ideology was than 99% of Americans. She would return home in 1929. A few months after that, the stock market would crash, the Great Depression would start, and her father, a wealthy business owner, would lose almost everything, and the increased stress would lead to him having a heart attack and dying. This made Virginia...
God. So it wasn't... I mean, even if you come from a wealthy family, fuck, the Great Depression, that very, very few people were able to get out of that Great Depression intact. And this wasn't one of them. Jesus. Yeah, I mean, like, not even just the language, but the economics background, Cortans. It's not just the language. The fucking economics. Like, women did not study economics back during that time. By any stretch of the imagination. That was not something that was typically considered as a woman's job. Like, she broke all sorts of boundaries back then.
Even more determined to accomplish her goal of becoming an American diplomat, so she got a job working for the U.S. Embassy in Poland as a secretary. She worked there for several years, and every year she would apply for a promotion to become a U.S. diplomat, and every year something went wrong. The first year, they lost her application. The second year, her application made it through because she delivered it herself, and she was a shoo-in. She could speak 4 languages, she was a college graduate, she was highly intelligent, well-spoken.
But this was the early 1900s. Early encroaching upon mid-1900s. And unfortunately, still a boys' club. Unfortunately. This is when, this was legitimately when it was a boys' club. No women allowed. Legitimately it was. Back then. Not like today. Not the bullshit they try and postulate on today. This was legitimately, this was literally slanted against women.
So she passed the application portion of the hiring process and had to have an in-person interview, and conveniently, they accidentally told her the wrong place and the wrong time to be, so she got disqualified again. Realizing that that embassy had it out for her and was not about to let a woman become a diplomat, she transferred to a different embassy in Turkey. So now it's 1933, she's living in Turkey, she's working as a receptionist at the embassy still, and she's just waiting for that next opportunity to apply to become a diplomat. One of her hobbies at this point in time is to go out hunting with the shotgun that her father had bought for her when she was a kid. It's an irregular hobby for a woman, but Virginia's an irregular type of woman. So she goes out hunting with her friends one day.
But you know what?
Hobby for a woman, but Virginia.
Like, you guys said already. She's a lovely woman too. Like, this woman is the fucking package. She's smart as hell. She loves to hunt. She's got the looks. She is the full package. Seriously, she's goddamn Lara Croft. This is Lara Croft before Lara Croft was even a twinkle in some kid's imagination's eye. And honestly, I wouldn't even classify her as a tomboy. She does not look like a tomboy. She doesn't. She looks very feminine. She's dressed very feminine. She just has typically male things that she enjoys to do. I know, and yeah, and her fiance kept cheating on her. It's like, she should have stuck the shotgun in his mouth, honestly.
is an irregular type of woman. So she goes out hunting with her friends one day, and they're hunting for snipes.
Okay, Destar, have a good night.
This little tiny bird. Apparently, they're really hard to hit.
And thank
this
you.
is where the term sniper comes from. Regardless.
Hang on, I missed that.
This little tiny woman. So she goes out hunting with her friends one day, and they're hunting for snipes, which if you don't know is this little tiny bird. Apparently they're really hard to hit, and this is where the term sniper comes from. Regardless, at one point she has to hop over a fence. She forgot to turn the safety on her shotgun and accidentally blew her own foot off. Luckily her friends were there and they managed to pick her up, get her to the hospital in time to save her life. While she's in the hospital recovering, she would end up getting gangrene, which is a very, very serious type of infection, especially back then in the 1930s, because antibiotics weren't going to be widely used or available for another decade. And I mean, the doctors back then are basically just grunts with scalpels, so they come over to Virginia, they're like, hey, here's the deal, you're going to die, there's one chance that we can save you. Basically, my medical opinion is your leg is pissed off and it's trying to kill you. My strategy is I'm going to kill it first. I'm going to cut it off and throw it away. So that's what they do. She gets amputated from the knee down. Later in her life, she would admit that while she was recovering in the hospital, her father had come to her in a dream and told her that she had to get through this because she had important work to do. So that's what she does. She makes a full recovery, gets a wooden...
I mean, her father, you know, her subconscious basically projecting her father, basically, you know, it's that inner survival animal inside of her that basically worked into her subconscious and projected her father. I mean, I fully believe that her father like came to her in a dream and did that. Sure, absolutely, I believe that. The mind is a tricky thing.
Prosthetic, learns how to walk again, and goes right back to trying to be an American diplomat. However, you gotta remember, she's a complete tomboy, and what's the first thing a dude does when he gets a new car, a new set of wheels, a new gun? He always gives it a name, right? Right. Virginia named her wooden leg Cuthbert. So she goes back to work and continues trying to become a diplomat.
Wait, what did it say beneath Cuthbert? Hang on, I need to see. Replica from a Call to Spy movie about Virginia. Oh, okay.
So she goes back to work and continues trying to become a diplomat. However, now they have a legitimate reason to not let her become one. They don't need to lose her application. They don't need to give her the wrong dates and the wrong times anymore, because apparently there was a pre-established rule that amputees were not allowed to become diplomats. Why? I have no idea, but it turns out that Virginia has now both literally and figuratively shot herself in the foot.
Oh, fuck.
Virginia, being the badass that she is, isn't about to take no for an answer, so she begins lobbying to have the rules changed altogether. She doesn't have much success. Fast forward,
yeah, like, I have to wonder what the rationale was when this rule, law, whatever it was, came into play that you can't be a diplomat if you have a prosthetic. Like, yeah, what? How would it hinder your ability to do the job? Like, yeah, I know, but in this specific instance, they're just using it as an excuse to keep a woman out of a position that they want to give to a man. I understand that. Reduce the risk here. Corthor, I don't think that was so prevalent back then. Back in the 1930s, I do not think that there was so much of a risk of a diplomat getting kidnapped. As the decades progressed, sure, but I don't think the 1930s was one of them. So, maybe it's so veterans can't get into it. Who the fuck knows? This was the 1930s. They had all sorts of stupid shit, like being afraid a woman might do a better job than a man. At thinking. Shocking, I know.
1940, Germany invades France, and Virginia is like, fuck it, I'm gonna go be an ambulance driver and help out the French because I hate Nazis. And that's exactly what she does. Virginia, a 35-year-old woman that was physically unfit to be an American diplomat where she would have to sit in an office and talk to people, is now on her way to France to be an ambulance driver in an active war zone. So she's an ambulance driver all throughout the Battle of Paris, and she is one of, if not the first Americans to actually stand up and fight against the Nazis. After France falls, she has to flee, so she hops on a train and makes her way over to Spain. While she's at the train station, she meets a British intel officer and she tells him her story. This guy is so impressed that he's like, hey, take this phone number, call my friend. He can probably help find you a job over in England if that's where you want to go. So she calls the number looking for a job, and that number puts her in contact with a man by the name of Nicholas Boddington, one of the head guys of the newly formed British SOE. SOE standing for Special Operations Executive, which is just the new spin-off of Great Britain's Ministry of Ungentlemanly Warfare, aka their equivalent of the CIA. So she talks to them, and they pretty much immediately want her to be a spy. She speaks German, she speaks French, she's lived in France.
Hey, Dan, I was gonna say something, but I want to let this cook.
She understands the culture, and most importantly of all, she's an American. And this is important because that means she can use her actual American identity and all her real documentation to give to the Germans to get into France, posing as a journalist. Virginia immediately agrees and goes into training for the next 6 months.
So, this is one time in America's history where the British were far more progressive than the United States. This is one time in history where America was not the bastion of, greatness and equality. The Brits kind of led the way for America on this one. They did. There's no denying this. America had its chance. She could have been a great fucking diplomat for them. But they said, nah, you're a woman. What the hell do you know? It took a Brit to say, damn, baby, you got some skills. We're going to use them.
6 months learning everything there is to know about espionage, or at least as much as she can in that amount of time. Fast forward 6 months later, mid-1941, Virginia Hall, the spy, gets dropped off in Vichy, France. Which, if you don't know, at this point in time, France is split in two. There's occupied France, and then there's unoccupied France, also referred to as Vichy France. Now, Vichy France...
Which, Zeb, is so ironic. Britain was more progressive on social rights than America was back during that era in both countries' history. Look at it now. Just look at it now. How the turntabled. And no, they're not oppressive for black or women's rights, but they've just basically gone to the extreme on it, along with the United States. Let something work long enough, you're gonna see the extremes happen.
France is technically, supposedly free, but pretty much everybody knows that it's a puppet state for the Nazis at this point. And Hall's job is to go in there, posing as a journalist for the New York Post, build a spy network, and do anything she can to fuck with the Nazis. Okay, and just so we're on the same page, this isn't like the movies where she has like instructions to go meet with some guy that's her connection and she like integrates with this already existing spy network. No, she was the first spy to go in. She had to go in and build the network from scratch. They literally took Hall, a 35-year-old woman with a wooden leg, gave her some money and some cyanide pills in case she got caught, sent her into enemy-held territory and was like, fucking figure it out. So Hall shows up in Lyon, France, and she doesn't even have anywhere to stay. All the hotel rooms are full, all the houses are rented. So many people have been displaced from the war, there's nowhere for her to stay. So when she first gets to France, she ends up living with a bunch of nuns at first. And she like had a curfew, the whole 9 yards. Then after a couple weeks...
I mean, good cover. Living with nuns to start things off. I don't think that they were at the point yet where they were just royally fucking up churches. So, I don't know if she actually dressed like a nun, but it's, either intentionally or unintentionally, that's really good fucking cover.
Week, she finally gets a hotel room, and that's where she sets up her headquarters and makes her first contact. She goes straight to the U.S. Embassy and tries to get their help. And the head of the U.S. Embassy is like, absolutely not. America's neutral. We want nothing to do with it. But the second in command of the American Embassy pulls her aside and he's like, yes, I'm willing to help. And this is really important because this is the only way she's going to be able to communicate with London. You see, because it's an embassy, they have a diplomatic bag. So it's going to be mail that's not being screened by the Nazis before it goes out. So if this guy's willing to slip her messages to London into the diplomatic bag, it's going to be the only way that she's going to be able to get communication outside of France. So she gets it done. She establishes a connection. She now has a way to communicate with the outside world. On to the next order of business. Go see the gynecologist. Not for her, for the Nazis. You see, she has a two-pronged attack method that she's going to use to wreak havoc on the German ranks. Step A, recruit a gynecologist. Step B, recruit a brothel owner. All right, so here's the plan.
But Okay, hang on. I'm cooking here. I'm cooking here. I think I understand. No. No, I know why. Okay, Wolf. Ask good night. No, not biological warfare. This is a spy network she's setting up. Because this was back during a time, remember, when soldiers were not exactly good about keeping sensitive information in when it came to pillow talk. So I'm suspecting she's going to recruit these whores that they'll fuck the Nazi soldiers, and then in the bliss of post-coitus, they'll get them to leak out information that she can then pass along to the British. She's basically honeypotting. This is a honeypot. Now, as far as the gynecologist goes, that I'm thinking, okay, I'm not sure about that, but I'll let that cook. But I think that's what's going to happen. Wait. Dude, she's going that route. She's going to use the gynecologist to give medication to the women to spread infection on the Nazi soldiers when they fuck the horse. Or the wives of officers. Noted. I don't know. Okay. Hi, potato. Okay, then, alright, I'm gonna let this cook. I have my thoughts. Personally, I like mine better, but just probably because it's sexier, so that's why. I'm gonna, let's see what it is.
And she gets this gynecologist to start working with her by the name of Jean Rosette, and then she gets this brothel owner by the name of Germaine Guerin to start working with her. And the plan she works out is the brothel owner is going to send all of his employees to this particular gynecologist, and he's going to sort out the ones that do not have STDs and the ones that do have STDs, and he's not going to treat them, but he's going to give them a clean bill of health, and then the brothel owner is only going to let those ones sleep with the Nazis. So already Hall is establishing herself as a diabolical mastermind.
Damn it, I liked mine better. Mine was like more cool and cinematic, and this is just fucking deliciously diabolical. I mean, I love it. It's fucking tastic. I like my version. My version's like sexier and cooler and more cinematic. Right? Chat, am I right? Was my version cooler and sexier and, you know? Okay, I'll keep going.
I mean, she's conducting biological warfare, weapons of mass destruction, if you will. All the other spies are out here worried about intercepting mail and sending secret messages, and she's over here destroying the German ranks from the inside out and making them enjoy it while she does it. And the scary part is she's just getting warmed up. You see, now she starts sending messages back to London through that diplomatic bag, asking for supply drops in the countryside, and she gets them. They're dropping off guns and explosives, and she's turning around giving that to these guerrilla fighters that are just doing anything they can to fight the Germans, and she's also getting money to bribe officials and heroin. Yeah, the second prong of her prostitute attack on the German ranks is that after the employees have already given the Germans an STD, they are then also going to attempt to get them addicted to heroin. I mean, the Germans get all this credit for developing their brilliant blitzkrieg tactic during World War II, which translates to lightning war. I'm going to go ahead with whatever authority I have, and I'm going to dub this the brothel krieg tactic in honor of Virginia Hall, because this is brilliant. So this keeps going for months and months, and she develops more and more connections and builds this enormous spy network that is officially given the code name Heckler. And every month, more and more spies are coming in, and she's helping them get set up, and these new spies know how to send wireless transmissions, so now there's other ways of getting messages outside of France, but the problem is these wireless transmissions can get tracked by the Nazis, and a lot of these new spies are getting caught that way. So then fast forward October 1941, all the other spies, there's like 12 other ones in the area right now, and they decide they're going to have a big meeting. Basically, they're coming up with an excuse to get together and have a party and actually talk about all the cool stuff they've been doing, which is a huge mistake for a spy. So Virginia Virginia avoids it. Sure enough, all 12 spies get busted and captured, and this was known as...
Like, just hearing that. Bunch of spies are gonna get together for a meeting. It's like, oh, fuck no. Dude, like, motherfucker, do you even spy? What the actual fuck? And thank God Virginia was smarter than these chuckle fucks. And was like, yeah, I mean... Really? Once again proving who's the smartest of the bunch.
As the Marseille mousetrap, where the German Gestapo captured 12 spies all at once. They captured all the wireless operators, and again, Virginia is basically the only spy on the ground, and she is the only spy still capable of getting a message out to London. So she sends a message out to London basically saying that everybody else has been captured, nobody else is going to be able to communicate except for her. In addition to that, the German Gestapo also now know what she looks like and have drawings of her, and they know that she walks with a limp, and they're starting to call her the limping lady. So she is effectively number one on the Gestapo's most wanted list, and leading the Gestapo in Lyon at this point in time is Klaus Barbie, one of the most brutal Nazis of World War II. And he is quoted as saying, "I would do anything to find that limping Canadian bitch," in
Canadian? Canadian? I mean, yeah, I understand the Canadians fucked shit up in World War I and II, but... Oh, French? Oh, they assumed she was French-Canadian because she spoke French. And they just assumed no American would speak French. Okay. Okay.
Quote, he believed that she had to be Canadian because he didn't think any American could speak French so fluently.
Buongiorno.
London then responds by saying, hey, that's terrible, A, but also, go ahead and flee, get out of the country, they're gonna find you. They know what you look like, they know that you walk with a limp, and every time you take a step with your hollow wooden leg, there is a distinct wood noise. They're gonna catch you. Obviously, I'm paraphrasing, but for this, Virginia basically said, hold my leg and watch this shit. Rather than flee, she decides that she's going to orchestrate a jailbreak of the other 12 spies that have been captured. But she's playing it on hardcore mode because the Germans know that they're looking for the limping lady, and every time she takes a step with her hollow wooden leg, it makes a wood noise. And then her plot...
What is she gonna do to the wooden? Okay. Granted, I'm not sure, I'm gonna take a guess here, that her prosthetic did not have an actual shoe on it. Like, her prosthetic leg had, like, a built-in shoe and foot, and she did not have, like, on prosthetics we have now, where you can have put an actual shoe on the prosthetic. So I'm going to guess that her existing one never had an actual shoe on it, and basically she's just gonna put a shoe on the fucking thing so it doesn't make a wood thunk with every step. I guess. I mean, I don't know. I mean, obviously he's gonna explain. I'm just kind of curious. Like, it shouldn't be that hard to hide the wooden thunk of a leg. Just put a fucking shoe on it.
Plot armor act.
Oh, you can't see the memes? Hang on. I get out of the way of the meme. Holy shit, that was faster than I thought it was supposed to be. That's the meme. Hi, Elbrick. Yes, that is the meme.
Activates and divine intervention kicks in because supplies into France are so low and so scarce that they're no longer getting rubber and leather to make shoes out of anymore, and people have to start carving their shoes out of wood, and all of a sudden everybody's walking around making wood noises, completely disguising her movements. So rather than fleeing...
Oh my fucking god. The universe came together and said, Virginia, hold my beer. I got you, babe. Holy fuck.
In the country, she tracks down the prison that the 12 spies are being held at, then finds somebody that works at the prison, convinces them to get her a roster of the prisoners, uses that to track down a different, completely unrelated prisoner's wife on the outside, befriend her, and convince her to help her. Virginia, not wanting to be seen herself because they know what she looks like, decides that she's going to have this other prisoner's wife start smuggling in supplies to the 12 spies and, by extent, this woman's husband. Like they're baking handcuff keys and screwdrivers into cakes and shit to smuggle these supplies in.
Oh,
and this goes so well that she decides she's really going to start showing off. She's going to try to smuggle in an entire wireless set into the prisoners.
No.
And the wireless set is like the size of a briefcase. So she gets a 70-year-old priest that's a double amputee from World War I to smuggle this briefcase in by sitting on it in his wheelchair, and he ends up giving it to the other spies that actually know how to use the equipment.
Oh my god, and that fucking worked. An double amputee priest just sat on the fucking thing in his wheelchair, and it worked. Were these goddamn Skyrim guards or something? Like, must have been the wind. Go on through, sir. Look at fucking seriously? Oh, sweet fuck. The AI glitched out on this one, chap. That's the only explanation. Bad programming on that AI.
Here's the thing, the spies on the inside needed a really big antenna to make this thing work. So they ran a wire from their cell into this, like, wireless setup outside across the yard and attached it to the boundary fence using the entire fence as an antenna and somehow never got caught. So now the spies are transmitting messages from
a fucking wire going from the barrier fence all the way across the yard and into the cell, and no one saw this?
NANI?!
from inside the prison directly to London. So fast forward like a month, Virginia has smuggled these guys everything they need to be able to break out from the inside, and once they get outside the boundary fence, she is going to be there to pick them up, get them to a safe house, and smuggle them out of the country. Everything is completely arranged. Then on the day of the jailbreak, Virginia makes sure that somebody else tries to smuggle in a bunch of booze to the prisoners, knowing that they would get caught and that the guards would end up drinking all the alcohol that night, making it easier for the spies to slip away. Which is exactly what happens that night. All the guards are drinking, partying, having a good time, and while that's going on, the spies are utilizing the handcuff keys and all the tools Virginia smuggled in to escape. They run across the yard under the cover of night, scale the perimeter fence, and waiting there is Virginia, who immediately takes them to a safe house. They hide for 2 weeks straight while the entire Gestapo is searching everywhere for them, and then she smuggles them out of the country. Okay, fast forward a month, it's November.
Holy shit. Cortana's? I think there was. Because the wooden leg that he showed... Hang on. He showed the wooden leg. Where did it go? Fuck, I can't find it. When he showed the wooden leg, it was a replica that they made, and it says that it was made for, I believe, a movie that was about her. So I'm pretty sure they did make a movie based on her. At least one.
1942, she just staged that huge jailbreak. All the Germans are looking for her, and now the Gestapo has brought in an additional 500 men, all with the sole purpose of finding the limping lady. It is at this moment Virginia decides it's probably time to leave. But with 500 new Gestapo all looking for a woman with a limp, she can't take any of the normal ways out of the country, so the only method she has to escape is to take the Pyrenees Freedom Trail, a 50-mile hike through the Pyrenees Mountains to cross the border between France and Spain. And she has to do it in November, in the coldest winter for France in over 200 years. It's a 3 to 4 day hiking trail for people doing it for fun, not in the middle of winter, and Virginia manages to do it in 2 days with a wooden leg. leg. During her hike, she was communicating with London via radio, not like secret spy radio, just normal radio transmissions. It wasn't going to blow her cover. She was already blown and she was leaving anyways, so it didn't really matter. And she would...
Can we back up a second? She did this fucking hike in November. The coldest November in 200 years. In 2 fucking days. Holy shit! Yeah, 50 miles, mountainous terrain, the snows of the coldest snow in 200 years, and did it in 2 fucking days with a wooden goddamn leg. Yeah. Tell me again how you CrossFit, ladies? Uh-huh. Fucking hell!
Tell London that Cuthbert was giving her issues because I'm sure, as you can imagine, hiking with a wooden leg would get pretty tiresome after a while.
Would appear so, wouldn't it?
To which London, not knowing who Cuthbert was, responded by saying, if Cuthbert is giving you problems, have him eliminated.
Take him out.
Take him out.
So she crosses the border into Spain after 2 days, complete badass. She has escaped the Nazis and
Yeah, Pactra. Not only that, she wasn't fit for the job because she was woman, and because she had a prosthetic leg. But she wasn't fit for the job as a diplomat in America. Timely go fuck yourself, people that said that. Oh, Tortoise, this is beyond just finding a purpose. This is just a badass woman that took what life gave her and said, "Alright, cool. Elevated difficulty elevated difficulty level. Let's fucking go. I'm getting some more trophies."
48 hours after she leaves Lyon, her entire hotel room gets ransacked because the Germans finally figured out who she was, and she had escaped just in the nick of time. And then she promptly gets arrested by Spanish authorities for illegal immigration. So then she has to get a message out to London, out to America. They finally come, bail her out. She goes back to London working with the SOE, and she's like, okay, well, cool, send me back in. And they're like, no, your cover's blown. You've done all you're gonna do. That's it for you. We're not going to let you do anything else as far as like actively working undercover goes. Again, I'm paraphrasing, but Virginia Hall basically says, okay, well, peace out, nerds. I'm going to go work with the Americans. She goes over to America, goes to the OSS, the direct predecessor of the CIA, and is like, hey, I'm more experienced than any spy you guys have. Put me in, coach. To which the OSS is like, sure, why not? And they give her a shot. This time, Virginia makes sure that she takes a wireless transmitting class, though, so now she can also send the wireless transmitting signals.
Oh, nice.
She doesn't want to be the only spy not able to, like last time. So she does that. She then realizes that she's going to have to pretend to be a much older woman. This would help disguise her limp, and it would help change her face so that they didn't know what she looked like anymore. So she goes to a professional Hollywood makeup artist, learns how to do makeup to look like a really old woman.
Oh my god! That got so much bigger than I thought it would. Holy shit!
Congrats on partner.
Tricel, thank you for the $100 dono! Oh my god! Thank you! Oh god! You would do that out of nowhere on me like that. Oh, thank you so much, Tricel. And Spee, thank you for the tier 1. Thank you. I know you would, Tricel. Thank you so much. No breaking me mid-video, please. Please, we're like 4 minutes away. Please no breaking me mid-video, please. I really appreciate it, though. I do, Tricel and Shmee. And Shmee, thank you both. I really appreciate it so much. Okay, I'm continuing the video. Fuck. Thank you, Seb. Thank you for 5 gifted. Shmee. Speed, and thank you, Speed. Oh, Tricel, do not pretend like you didn't know it was gonna happen. Do not pretend. Thank you, Speed. Thank you for 5 more gifted. So close to Thank you for the 50 gifted subs. Oh my god, thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you, both Falcons. Thank you. Thank you, guys. Thank you. Thank you, Grumpy. Speed, thank you. Guys. Thank you so much. Thank you guys so much. Oh my god.
Cheer 1000. Did you forget how much you mean to this community? Smiley face.
Thank you, Yardong and Tanashi. You guys mean so much to me.
Cheer 100. Get loved, nerd tilde.
Thank you, Zeb. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you. No. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. I appreciate it. I can't thank you guys enough. Thank you. Thank you. Oh god. Thank you guys. Thank you so much. Thank you, I really appreciate it. Oh. No. Oh. Oh, thank you so much. Oh. Oh god. Oh my god. Oh, what? What? Taurus, thank you. Thank you. What?
Deep breaths. Ember in. Hold out.
A giant. Oh shit. Oh god. Oh my god. Oh god. Oh. Okay. 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 I'm good. Oh god. Oh Cosmic, oh god. No. I know what you're thinking. I know what you're thinking, Cosmic. Oh no. Don't you do it. Thank you, Atanashi. Oh. I'm already. I already keep bringing to Cosmic. Thank you. Thank you, Cosmic. Oh shit. Oh, shit! Oh, God! Oh, God! Okay! Oh, God! Oh, God! Yeah, school sororities! Oh, thank you, Cosmic! Thank you so much! Hustler! Thank you, Hustler! Thank you! Oh, God! Seriously, you already did this at the beginning of stream! You don't need to do this now! Zip ties, you're not fooling me! I've recovered enough that that's not fooling me! Nice try! Spee! Oh, God's me, I just oh wait, yeah. Oh my God! Oh, bro, thank you! Oh, God! Oh,
Cheer 1000 Ember P10 Heart.
Thank you, you're done! Thank you!
Good job, strays. A housebroken cat is the best cat. Suck it, nerd. Cheer 100 with this cool community, you make partner in no time.
Thank you! Yes, hot tickets! It's going pretty good! Oh, God! Oh, God! Oh my God! Thank you guys! Thank you guys so much! Thank you! Oh, God! No, crap, boy, I'll be okay! I don't think I'm gonna pass out. I don't think I will. Oh, God! Oh, but I am dizzy. Oh, God! Oh, I'm dizzy. Oh, boy. Oh.
Cheer 100 Hey, stop being such a crybaby, you crybaby.
No, Jody, I refuse. I'm gonna cry. You guys make me cry. I love you guys for it. Thank you guys. Thank you guys so much. Oh. No. Oh, God. Oh, God. Thank you. Oh.
Cheer 1000.
Oh, Eagles, thank you. Thank you so much. Grumpy. You guys make me cry. You know that.
Cheer 100 No, thank you for being amazing.
Oh, Demon, thank you, but you guys are amazing too. You guys amaze me on a daily basis. You do. This is the proof. You guys amaze me daily. I love you guys for it. They're bullying me. Chat's bullying me again. Again, they're bullying me. Oh, God. Oh, guys.
Cheer 100 who is cutting onions.
Oh. Oh God.
I'd like to officially say congrats on partner. Had a job go 3 hours past my normal time to go home. Cheer 500.
Thank you, Cosmic. Thank you for 5 more gifted. Thank you, K-Dog. Oh, you didn't know you came in late. Yeah, thank you. Thank you, K-Dog. Thank you. Oh, God. Yes, Red Joker, it's still bullying. But it's kind bullying. Thank you, Seamusin. Thank you. Oh. Oh, God. Guys, thank you. So much. You guys bully me, but it's loving bullying. Thank you, Mannix. Thank you. Yes, I don't care how much you bully me. I will never be fully housebroken. You will never housebreak me. I promise. Oh, Leo, thank you. Have a wonderful evening. Have a wonderful night. Oh, I know, Big Dog. I'm. You guys had me kind of gun shy right now. It's like I can't start the video again because I know what you guys are going to do. I'm scared to start the video. No, I'm not challenging chat. I am not. I promise. I'm not challenging chat. Can track a couple things. Chat has broken me like twice during stream now because it's the 6-month anniversary and I got partner today. So that's what's happening. Oh, God. Oh, no. Oh, Revan. Oh, God. No. And Cosmic, a 35% chance is like... That means there's a 75... That means there's a 65% chance you're not done. Thank you, Kendrak. Have faith. That's more than enough.
Cheer 100 oops I dropped my wallet.
Thank you, K-Dog. Thank you. Alright, yeah, I know. Guys, thank you so much. Thank you. No triplicate, Big Dog. You've already done it. You guys have already done it twice to me today. Atanashi! Okay, I'm so fucked up right now. I hit the wrong goddamn thing.
Grab the jumper cables and lots of baby oil.
What? Vortex? When bullying? That's the wrong bullying, my guy. I hit the wrong button on the soundboard. Leave me alone. Oh, Falcon, it's okay. You know that. Guys. Thank you guys. Thank you guys so much. I love you guys. And I appreciate everything you guys are doing so incredibly much. I can't say it enough. Oh no, Seamus, what are you gonna do? What are you gonna do? Oh. What are you doing? Hey, Seamusin?
Cheer 10,000 time for the big guns.
Holy shit, Jameson, thank you for 10,000 biddies. Holy shit, thank you so much. Thank you so much, I appreciate it so much. Everybody, I appreciate all of it so much. Oh God, guys, thank you. Thank you so much for everything. Really. Oh God, wait, that's a long time. You're gonna be waiting until like May again. But guys, thank you. Okay, dog, well, at least we reminded you. Oh God, guys. I can't say it enough. I keep repeating myself like an idiot, but thank you so very, very much. I really, truly appreciate it. I really do. I do. Okay, I gotta focus. Chat, must focus. Hang on. Let me slap my cheeks here. Okay, you guys probably can't hear it, but I'm slapping my cheeks to get myself to focus. We've got less than 4 minutes left of this video. You guys fucking broke me. Okay, we gotta finish the video. Wrong cheeks, K-Dog. Wrong cheeks. Okay, we're gonna get back to the video. Okay, we gotta get back to this ass-kicking woman here. And we gotta hear about how she is an absolute fucking badass. So, let's get back to this.
Goes to a dentist in London that grinds all her teeth down so she looks like she has terrible teeth like a French peasant would. The OSS then sneaks her back into France on a PT boat and drops her off completely by herself again. And from there, she just starts doing it all over again. She develops a huge spine.
Oops. Cheer 600.
Thank you, Ark. Thank you. And yeah, Revan, dentistry in the 1930s, grinding all of that teeth down? Yeah. That sounded excessively painful. That's goddamn dedication, for fucking sure. Holy crap.
Spy network again. This time she's posing as an elderly milkmaid by day and a spy master by night. At this point in time, the French resistance had all kinds of guerrilla fighters, but they were basically just running around blowing shit up, being as big of a nuisance as they possibly could, and weren't being strategic about it at all. So over the course of the next year and a half, Virginia set out to establish a chain of command and actually get them to work together and coordinate.
Wait. What? Jameson? Don't you fucking dare. Don't you fucking dare, man. No.
Attacks and efforts. By 1944, she had amassed an entire army. She had 3 battalions, 1,500 guerrilla fighters that she was coordinating attacks against the Germans with from the inside, all while transmitting signals to the Americans to have them drop off supplies like guns and explosives to continue fighting with. She would then be notified that in June of 1944, D-Day was going to happen, and in the weeks leading up to it, she used her guerrilla army to coordinate and sabotage major highways, railroads, communication lines, and bridges, preventing the Germans from reinforcing the right beaches in a timely fashion, potentially changing the entire course of D-Day.
Oh my god! Holy shit! This woman was largely responsible for the success of D-Day. Holy shit! Unsung fucking hero? Okay, we gotta hear that effort again. It needs to be said again.
Of 1944, D-Day was going to happen, and in the weeks leading up to it, she used her guerrilla army to coordinate and sabotage major highways, railroads, communication lines, and bridges, preventing the Germans from reinforcing the right beaches in a timely fashion, potentially changing the entire course of D-Day. And somewhere around this time frame, the OSS would send in a reinforcement to help Virginia out, a young Polish operative by the name of Paul Giat. He parachuted into theater too late to have any real influence on the operation, but him and Virginia would end up falling in love. After the war, they would both move back home to America, where Paul would get his citizenship, and they would both begin their careers working for the newly found CIA. They would then go on to lead a specialized task force monitoring...
A bunny? No, they're dogs. They've got 3 dogs. Yeah. Hi, Eleven. Hi, Raiders. How's it going? Hi. How was your stream? Hi.
Push me down. I'm falling. I'm falling.
Don't fall, guys.
Don't fall,
How was your
guys.
stream? Did you have a good stream, I hope?
Wait, did we still get first place, though?
Oh, good. You're catching me right at the tail end of a Nick video, but don't worry, we're gonna have at least one more to watch after this. What were you guys doing on stream? You guys missed them breaking me again. For the second time on the stream, they bullied me into breaking again. Chibi playing Final. Oh, Final Fantasy. Oh, that sounds like fun. It sounds like a fun time, I must say. No, the Raiders do not have to break me. I'm just happy they're here. And having fun. Yeah, so we're finishing up a video about Virginia Hall, who was probably one of the greatest spies of World War II, all with a prosthetic leg the entire time. So that is currently what we're finishing up on. And yes, it is tonight is my 6-month anniversary, and literally by sheer coincidence, I made partner today. So I'm doing good. I'm definitely doing good. Yeah. I got the email 20 minutes before I started stream that I made partner. So I'm really happy. It's a great day. It's a great day.
For the newly found CIA. They would then go on to lead a specialized task force monitoring communism in the Eastern Bloc of Europe. Yeah, this incredible story literally ends with 2 spies falling in love and going out on missions together. In 1945, President Truman wanted to give Virginia the Distinguished Service Cross, the highest honor a civilian could receive, because technically spies weren't in the military, so they're ineligible for the Medal of Honor. But President Truman wanted to give this to her in a humongous ceremony, tell her story, and make her basically an international hero and celebrity. Virginia, however, declined that offer because she didn't want her cover blown. She still wanted to be operational and capable of helping the United States and the world if she was needed. She became the only female civilian of World War II to be awarded the Distinguished Service Cross, and was awarded to her by General William Donovan, and by her own request, it was awarded in front of only one witness, her mom. Her future husband and fiancé, Paul, wasn't there because she didn't think her mother would approve. This woman...
Okay. In fairness, this was the mom who disapproved of her going off to college and not marrying her cheating ass of a fiancé, and he was Polish. Okay, I can understand why she would think that her mom wouldn't approve. Okay.
Was behind enemy lines fighting against the Nazis for all of World War II. The entire thing, longer than probably any other American, and she's still scared of the opinions of mom. And that's it.
Meaning that mom was fucking based. Chat, confirm. No matter how big of a badass you are, you could be 6'5" and built like a brick shithouse. If your 5'2" mother walks up to you and goes, "Son," your immediate response is, "Yes, mom." Nam will put the fear of the Almighty in you. No matter how big you are and no matter how small she is. Cell-based fucking mom. Hell yeah.
Virginia and Paul would live happily ever after. They retired at 60 years old, and Virginia would pass away at the age of 76 in 1982. And nobody knew anything about this until they read her obituary. She never gave an interview.
Really?
She never wrote a memoir. She never said a single thing. And later in life, when she was asked why she never talked about it, she said, and I quote, "Too many of my friends died for talking too much." Which I think we can all agree is gangster as fuck. So, in conclusion, this is a story of Virginia Hall, the deadliest spy of World War II. Thank you for watching. Best way to support the channel is go buy some merch over at thefatelectrician.com. Quack bang, out. The fact that people know and care more about Kim Kardashian over Virginia Hall is gonna piss me off probably for the rest of forever.
Yes. Fuck yes. Forget about Kim fucking Kardashian. Talk about Virginia Hall. Hell yes. And chat 07s for Virginia Hall. Because goddamn it, she deserves it.